Hello, everybody. Yes, today we are going to have our the fourth guest here. Hello, Nilgün. Here, and now I'm waiting for my guest now. Yes. Yes, it's 9 o'clock. No, she should be here. Let me check. Yes. Yes, Betzabe Reyes from Lima, Peru is going to be our guest today, and there she is, Betzabe.
Hey,
Hello. Hello.
hello.
It's good to see you.
Yes, you too.
Yeah, it's nice. It's nice. And I think I should say you good afternoon.
Yes, now
I
good
think it's
afternoon.
yeah, it's 1 p.m. there, and for good evening for us, I think it's 9 p.m. here in Turkey.
Good evening for everyone there.
Yeah,
We
yeah,
are good.
thank you. Yeah, okay. Are you excited?
And you?
Yeah, I am excited, and I'm really wondering what are you going to say to us about your ideas and experiences?
Uh,
What are you going to share with us?
Everyone can
Uh,
participate too, right? And probably they can give us maybe extra ideas that something that we can talk.
yeah, sure, sure. During our live session, of course, they ask questions and you can answer their questions or you can ask something if you want them, but something like that. Okay, so it's 9 o'clock and maybe how is the weather, by the way, before we start the session? How is weather in Peru now? Lima, actually.
The weather?
Yes.
Okay. But now it's cold. This month is for being maybe wearing heavy clothes because it's cold now. It's winter now. There
Ah,
in
I
Turkey,
see.
what's the weather
In
like?
Turkey, it's, the hot times are here. The weather is really, yeah, hot and it's getting hot, hotter. Yeah.
You are in favor for the COVID because now the pandemic here in my country. I don't
Yeah,
know. Here when we are in the bad season, winter.
I see. And we are going to talk about them too.
Hmm.
Okay, Betsabe, it's 9 o'clock and it's almost 3 past 9 o'clock, so maybe we can start. Ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay. So, Betsabe, can you, I know, but maybe our listeners would like to know about you. So, can you tell us about yourself?
Yes, sure. Well, I'm Betzabe Stephanie Reyes Flores. I'm from Lima, Peru, and I hope that everyone can know my beautiful country too, as Turkey and other countries too.
Yeah.
Uh, I live in Lima, Peru, but specifically in Callao. I don't know if you heard about this place, Callao. It's very near
Uh,
the
uh-huh.
sea.
Near the
Yes,
sea.
it's
Uh-huh.
very near. It's a very nice place where you can find many markets selling fish because it's very near the beach.
Yeah.
Um, and we are very near to the international airport, Jorge Chavez, and it's
Mm-hmm.
very well known for other people too. Well, also, I think in about my personal favorite thing, I love traveling. Also, surfing the net. I am really obsessed with surfing the net and maybe discovering new things. Also,
Good,
well,
great.
apart of that, I am an English teacher here in Peru. Uh, well, I was teaching teens, adults, but now I am teaching kids
Ah,
for online lessons. Yeah, you know, we need to teach all the levels, right? And we have to be ready for all the levels, just not only for teens.
mhm.
Also, now I am teaching kids.
Great, great. Okay, I think finish. Can I
Oh
move?
yeah, oh, no. Yeah. And also
Okay,
I want to tell,
okay. Yeah.
yes, you want to tell me something?
All right. Yes. I mean, have you finished about
Yeah.
talking about yourselves? Okay. So for the next, my next question is, can you tell about your school and your
Mhm.
students and maybe area that you live? Actually, you have already talked about the place where you live, but maybe you can talk about your school and your students. Yes.
Yes, as I mentioned, some months ago, I was teaching teens and
Uh-huh.
adults in an English language institute here in Lima too. Lima is the capital of Peru. Well, I
Uh-huh.
was teaching teens and adults, but in an English language institute.
Mhm.
Well, that was a really good experience for me because I had been working there for many years. And also, then after I taught in an English language institute, I taught in an academy. I don't know if you heard or if you have an academy in your country or on the other participants or
Mhm.
part of the audience. Here in academy here in Peru, it's a place where students can take courses. Well, school courses that want to maybe review for applying to a university. Usually,
Yeah, I see.
this is student preparing this academy and
Mhm.
wants to remember some subject that probably they don't remember very well in the school. So after they finish their high school, they want to enter to an academy, prepare themselves, and remember these subjects and try to apply to a public university, usually for public university, because we need to apply there. Well, why I mentioned that? Because some years ago, just only for the entrance exam for a public university, it was
Mhm.
only Spanish. So all the courses were all in Spanish, no? For example, mathematics, no? You know,
Yeah.
geometry, trigonometry, other subjects like history, chemistry, no, you know, all school subjects.
Yes, sure.
They never included English as part of the entrance exam for no for a public university. So some years ago, the universities included one section of the exam in English. So this section was as a reading part. It was a reading. Also, it was a test with 5 questions. And it was
I
a really
see.
surprise for students that all the time they study their school subject and maybe in 1 year they needed to study English because they wanted to
Uh-huh.
apply to university. So that's why I entered to an academy to teach English. But
Oh, very
the
nice.
the reality there was totally different because you know there are many students that they have never maybe learned English in a correct way or just only be there for you know studying other school subjects. So it was a challenge to me to have students with different levels there.
I
So
see.
I was trying to teach reading, reading skills there. And after that, it started a pandemic, and I have to do another kind of job like online, you know, online classes.
Uh-huh.
Nowadays, I am teaching kids now. Well, but I'm teaching privately. No, I try to give my service, no, of teaching online, but all of my years experience were in a private institute, as I mentioned.
I see. I see. Good. Good. And I mean, and the students also, I mean, in that academy, as you mentioned, that students also taking other courses too, like not only
Yeah.
English.
And yeah, all the courses are in Spanish, no? Like history, geography,
Uh-huh.
chemistry, other school subjects, no, in mathematics. But only it was a course that I was teaching English. So for preparing
English.
them for the section, no, in English, that it
Uh-huh.
was only with 5 questions, but comprehension. It was only for comprehension. This is, I don't know if you have heard San Marcos Public University. San Marcos Public University is
Uh-huh.
like one of the most old university in South America. And that
I
university
see.
is
Mm-hmm.
in Lima, Peru. And that university included the reading section. And also, there is another university that is public too, called Universidad Nacional de Ingeniería, which I can
Uh-huh.
translate like Engineering Public University.
I
This
see.
institute, sorry, no institute, sorry, university was the first university that include English as part of the exam. So they
Oh,
were like the first university, and the students, after they finish their high school, they started to
uh-huh.
study English because they have never thought that they have to learn English if they want to enter to a public university like engineering public university or San Marcos Public University. That's why I
I
started
see.
to teach it there.
Uh-huh. I see. And you focus on their English over there. I mean, to teach them
Yes,
how can they solve that reading passages in that exam. Exactly. I see.
exactly. Yes, exactly.
Good.
Yeah, but it was
Good.
kind of a challenge
So,
because they have
I
different
see.
levels.
Okay. So, what I want to ask you next, can I move to next question?
Sure.
Sure. Okay. So, can you tell us about what you have done so far for your professional development?
Yes, as you know, as teachers, we need to constantly train ourselves, no, because
Mm,
we have never stopped learning, no. As the students, teacher, we have never stopped learning, so we have to be constantly train, attend courses, and that's why I mentioned that. Well,
mhm,
during this pandemic, I tried to attend some webinars, conferences. And other kind of online classes that were
uh-huh,
presented by, for example, by National Geographic Learning, MM Publishing, Pearson,
mm.
British Council. No, that they
Yeah,
were
well known,
presented,
well
no,
known.
very, yeah. They were really popular, and the most challenging things it was that, for example, they presented a webinar, for example, at 4 p.m. in, I don't know, maybe in London, but here in Peru, it was like dawn. It was 3 a.m. and 4 a.m. and I tried to set my alarm clock and try to attend there.
Wow.
No, it was kind of
Yeah,
challenging, but that's the thing that we do, teachers. No,
I
if we
see.
want to learn, we can fix our schedule, and the idea is to attend and learn new things.
Yeah, I think it's definitely difficult for you to catch up that webinars.
Yeah, but then I feel happy, or I feel comfortable after I watch, I learn new things that I have never known before that session.
Yeah,
Yeah,
great.
because
Excellent.
I was
What else?
attending that. Sorry.
What I said, what else? I mean,
Ah, what? Okay. Yeah, I was attending there, and also just yesterday, I made a video call with some of my colleagues in Peru and to
oh,
share maybe some web pages or platforms that I have learned too, and try to share with them. And probably they are gonna share with other teachers, no? And we can do
sure.
like a team,
Great.
no? I I share this web page with you, and this different can share with others, and we can expand or share these ideas or maybe web pages with others, no.
Well,
I was
great.
trying to do that because if we teach something to others, we're gonna learn, or we're gonna keep these things for
Yeah,
long term.
you are right.
Yeah, that's what I was doing during this lockdown.
Okay, so let's move to another thing that I want to ask you. As you know that, I mean, the whole world are in a very bad conditions, and we know that also Peru is in a really bad conditions because of the COVID-19. And can you tell us about effects on your education system?
Oh yeah. Of course, the pandemic here was, oh, it is too bad for all the citizens here, because here in Peru we have different realities, and as maybe as in your country too, or the others too.
Yeah.
Here there
Mm-hmm.
is a big difference in the condition of the people. Why I say that? Because it was a big impact here in education system. Because here in Peru, there are public schools and private schools. So what happened? Here in public school, many students don't have mm, a computer or even a cell phone. If they don't have cell phone, they don't have internet. So the government think about that. So what did they do? Well, because the government knows the different reality of the students, they try to give classes on TV. So here in Peru, there is a
Uh-huh.
channel that is the channel for the government. This channel is Channel 7,
Yeah,
and this Channel 7 try to give classes to the student for not for every student that have TV, and they had schedule. So there are three schedules for kindergarten, for primary students, no, from primary schools, and for high school students.
I
So there
see.
were three different schedules in
Mm-hmm.
order to expand to access all the students. But as I mentioned, not many students have a TV. So
I see.
another way that they talk about the students, they try to give classes on radio too. So why on radio? Because here in Peru we have three regions called the coast, which is Lima, there in part of the coast of Peru,
Uh-huh.
coast, and then we have a highland, which is well known for mountains. We have a lot of mountains in the highland, and we have the last one called the jungle. No, in the jungle you can find trees, more animals, more vegetation, fauna, and that's why the government started to give classes on radio in order to the students that live in the highland can access
Uh-huh.
to
Oh,
the because they don't have TV. So there was a maybe popular news here in Peru that the students that live in the highland, they had to climb a mountain, the high mountain, with their
oh,
parents, with their notebook, with papers, and be to the high part of the mountain, try to access or the connection for the radio. And they have maybe their notebook, books, paper, with their parents and the radio. Just
wow.
everything for access the signal for the radio, because they don't have TV, no? That's
I
the way
see.
the government have done so far for the students here in Peru, but that's for public school. I have heard, or I have some colleagues that they work in a public schools, and they told me that they don't have online classes. What I mean for online classes, I mean by computer. I mean that um,
Yeah, sure.
they have to have like they have to use some platform that can be accessible for students. For example, maybe WhatsApp. Why I say WhatsApp? Because some of them they can have maybe a cell phone, and the teachers can send some worksheets with the homework for the students. No, but most of
Yes.
the they don't give online classes by computer. Maybe it's more common to have maybe a cell phone, or the students can do the homework watching TV or listening to, the classes
Radio.
on. But this is for public schools. Now, the other point. So just tell me, do you want to tell me
No.
something?
Yeah, sure. There is a question over here. Like, did you already, can you see it? Did you already have the channel before the lockdown, or was it broadcasted after the lockdown started?
Okay, let me check. Could you repeat, because I can see. Let me check.
Yeah, it's down.
Prepare. Is the last one?
Yeah, the last one.
Okay.
Did you have the channel before?
Okay. Oh no, it's incredible that this pandemic has to happen to the government launch maybe a channel for the students. Since the pandemic started, the government tried to implement this kind of classes on TV and on radio, but we have never have classes on TV. We have, of course, cultural programs, yes, of course, like knowing touristic places, maybe knowing new foods here in Peru, yes. But classes, we have never had. After this pandemic, the government tried to gather with other authorities, think about what they can do for the students. And from that moment, the government started to present classes on TV and on radio.
I see. And you were talking about the private classes you were moving. Yeah, continue.
Thank you. After I mentioned this reality of the public school, we have the other part. We have the private schools. Private schools nowadays became more popular because some people from Peru consider the private schools are better than public schools. So private schools are better than public schools. So why? Because the parents, they need to pay monthly, payment for the studies of their kids, because they have maybe a website of the school. They have tutors after the class. They have tutors, that follow the students, the advance of the students. But everything happened because the parents pay monthly, maybe a tuition for the students. Nowadays, parents, everyone, most of the people, they don't work. So how these parents can pay monthly payments if they don't work? So most of the private schools try to give classes, but they don't reduce the amount of the payment. So the parents were struggling with that kind of problem of paying the school for their kids. So because it was a really problem here in Peru, the government said, okay, if you as parents, you don't have enough money to continue paying the monthly payment for your kids, so don't worry. It's like, don't worry, you can move from your private school to our public school. You can move.
I see.
To fill in some surveys, this kind of documentations. But that's the reality. Most people, they don't have money to continue paying, so they have to move from a private school to a public school. But of course, these private schools, they have web pages, they have internet that the students can have more access with the information from teachers to students. Have classes online, because it's private school, so they need to have maybe a platform to continue teaching the student, to continue teaching the students. But they have more accessible things for their students. in contrast to a public school that they don't have online classes by computer. They have only to watch TV or maybe listen to the radio. That's a
Yeah.
big that's a big difference in our.
Yeah. Difference. Yeah. Very big difference. I see. Okay. Uh, and I can move to another one, I think. Is that all about the situation of pandemic in your country? You
Mhm.
want to add more something, or I can move another one?
Yes, you can move. That's pretty much
I see.
about the impact in our educational system. No, the big difference of the education in the
Uh-huh.
public school and private.
Yeah.
By the way, I can say something.
Sure,
Something.
sure.
Um, as the students, they don't have maybe this device like computer, cell phone, or any kind of
Uh-huh.
other device, and also
Uh-huh.
teachers, some, not all, some teachers that live in
Mm-hmm.
the highlands, they don't have computer or internet
I see.
connection. So
Uh-huh.
the government said, we're gonna give tablets. We're gonna give tablets. These tablets
I
are
see. Great. Uh-huh.
gonna have internet, but this tablet will be for teachers and students that live in remote areas like the highlands or the rural
I
part of
see.
Lima. No, but
Uh-huh.
that process, getting tablets for students that live in the highland or teachers, that took time. And I think it's still continue the process of having the tablet. I think they don't have tablets now, but they are in the
It
process of that. Hmm.
it takes time, you mean?
Yes. Hmm.
It takes time. And I hope they can sort it out as soon as possible.
We hope for everyone to access,
Yeah,
because the students need to continue learning.
definitely. Definitely. Okay. So, and what I want to ask in another one in this period, how do you reach your students and how do you assess them? And also, do you think you can reach every student?
Hmm. Well, as I mentioned, now I teach online. I teach
Yeah.
kids now. I teach kids.
Yes.
Well, now I have few students. I consider that I can reach them because first, for the amount. Now, if we have few students, we can get involved them, because there are few students. But if in the case
Yeah.
if I have 20 students, because it happened that there are some schools that or in a class they have maybe 10 students, 15, 20 students. No, I think that could be a challenge too. But now I have few students, so I consider that I can reach. And how how can I reach them even though I have few students? Well, as part of my class, I I try to use these activities, and I want to share with you. One of them,
Sure.
at the beginning of my class, I start with a song that I can connect with the students. I can start with hello song, or hello, hello, how are you? No, any kind of song.
Yeah.
Um,
Nice.
I can start with a song, um, and I usually ask their parents what is their favorite character of their kids. No, for example, now one of my students like uh, zombie. I don't know if you have
Yeah.
heard the zombies
Yeah, I
versus.
see it. Great. Wow. Yeah,
The
that's
students
that's
love.
great.
Yeah. And now I don't have a printer, to be honest. I don't have a printer now. So I need to draw. So
Oh, great.
I drew these characters uh, in a simple paper, no? I color with markers, and I use this
Wonderful.
pop cycle. Hmm.
Yeah,
Uh,
I see.
and I start to use in the class. Hello, how are you? I'm fine, thank you. No, for example, this kind of. And when the students
Great. Yeah, great.
when the students maybe see for the first time their favorite character, they go to say, "Mom, mom, mom, this is my favorite character," no? And they laugh, they shout,
Yeah,
and that's
puppets.
really grateful to hear them. Um, that's what I use at the beginning or during the class or when we practice
Wonderful.
conversation. And this is for kids, but I consider if I would have maybe teens or adults, I'm not gonna draw zombies versus plant. I can use maybe the face of their favorite character or maybe singer.
Singer, yeah, exactly. Or football player or singer.
I
Exactly.
can I can cut their eyes and I can do something like this. Now, hello guys, how
Yeah,
are you? No,
yeah,
they can
great.
be part of the conversation. No, because now because I am teaching kids, it's kind of hard to maybe to share my screen, my PowerPoint, and if I can see them, they're gonna lose. They're gonna see other part of their house. So I try to that they can see me and see the character, now, and we can be connected.
I
And this is
see.
what I
Great.
use at the beginning or when we practice conversation or at the end of the class. No? Goodbye, or maybe um, I am using these
Wonderful.
puppets. Let me show you. I don't know if you can see.
Yeah,
I
I
am
see.
using.
Wow. Great, great. It's really, I love it. Yeah, I love it. Wonderful. Wonderful idea.
I use puppet, and I consider that if we have teens and adults, I think they laugh. I think looks funny,
Yeah.
right? And
Did
we
you
can
make it
use with
yourself?
with recycled materials.
Wow.
Recycle. I
Yeah,
try to
applause for you. Applause for you.
save the
Great.
word, and I try to do this at the beginning or when we want to have a conversation. Hello, no, hey, hi, how are you? I'm fine, or something like that. But I need to
Great.
change my voice. No, I
Love it.
need to change my voice. This is Mister. I call Mister. This is my friend Mister. And
Uh,
I have another. Some of them are recycled. This is part of my T-shirt. Can you see my T-shirt?
yeah, I see
Hello.
it. This is excellent. Yeah. Wonderful. Look at this.
What
Is it
animal is it?
a shark? Is it a shark?
Yes, shark. Yes. My mom said, "What's that? It's a dolphin." No, it's not a dolphin. I said, "It's a shark."
Yeah, you could say that. Look at those. Yeah, look at those teeth. Exactly.
And it has to be a shark. Yeah,
Yeah,
well, that's my shark. I use bottle caps. Oh, I don't know if you can see
yeah,
bottle
yeah.
caps,
We see it. Exactly. Exactly.
and that's
Yeah, I
it.
saw clear. Wow,
You
wonderful.
can create these puppets with
You are
your
very creative,
real. Thank you.
and it's also
Also,
wonderful that you use your recycling materials. That's perfect idea.
this for example, it was a T-shirt that it was now small for me, so I cut and I
Now it's hard.
try to maybe create as a shark.
Yeah, great.
And also I have another one, but I bought the head.
Yeah, good. It's a doll, huh?
But I bought only head and hands. It was this material. It was my blouse, and I
No,
bought
your blouse. Great idea. So lovely.
that kind of
So
thing. No?
cute.
And the last puppet, it was with I don't know if you can see what animal is it?
Oh, snake. That's a snake, yeah? Is it a snake?
Yes.
That's
What
yeah,
do you
great.
think?
I
What
love it.
material is it? What do you think?
Wonderful. Really. It's
Paper.
wonderful idea. It's a paper. It's
It's
a
a paper
great.
bag. And this kind of
Yeah.
thing. And also, other activity that I can use in class, we can play bingo. We can play bingo. You can put on
Cool.
PowerPoint, no? Or on a slide. You can put pictures. And you can say, for example, math, the name of my student, math. Um, guess what picture is for the bingo, for example, and I can give some clues. No, it's maybe it's big, it's green, and it's healthy, and I can, if
Ah,
this yes, maybe
yeah. It's
depends on the topic, no? Depends on the topic. For example, I try to use this kind of picture, no, because I drew them.
broccoli. And is
Uh,
that carrot? What's that?
Yes, carrot, carrot, no, and any kind of vocabulary that you want to teach, no,
Oh,
you can
great,
draw,
wonderful.
and they
Yo,
are gonna be useful for other classes for you too. Or
yeah,
maybe, or maybe you can use
yes,
Realia, no? I was last class I talked about food, and I use Realia instead of drawing. Maybe if you don't want to draw, no, we use
yeah, you're
Realia,
right.
no. For
It's
example,
great.
cereal, or maybe big items that we have in the class, no, maybe like
Exactly. Lollipop.
lollipop
Is that lollipop?
or
Nice,
lollipop.
nice.
Also, I use, I think the classical games and that get engaged the students. Uh,
Uh-huh.
as I mentioned, I use bingo, also my puppets for maybe to have a conversation, and also Simon Says, no? Simon Says, um,
Yeah, it's wonderful
Simon
game.
Says to touch your touch your head, run, jump,
Yeah.
no? And that kind of thing. Then I'm gonna share some websites that you can play. Simon says, or other activity I'm gonna share. Well, another game, classical game, is a handman. No, everyone knows handman. As
Yeah.
part of vocabulary, or maybe at the beginning or during the class, you can use handman. And I also try to use this game because they can get involved, they can get the attention of the students. Um, I mentioned bingo, Simon said, handman.
Uh-huh.
I use Jigsaw puzzle. Jigsaw puzzle online. You can think, oh, Jigsaw puzzle like in real material. No, you can use
Uh-huh.
Jigsaw puzzle online. I'm gonna share now what website I use for
Sure.
playing this game. Jigsaw puzzle. I have a marker. Let me write. This website is called right here. I'm a puzzle. This is how can you access to this web page. I don't know if you can see.
Yeah, we can see it. Great.
I'm a puzzle.
What is it?
Mm-hmm. I'm a
Uh-huh.
puzzle. You
I am a
enter to
puzzle.
this. I'm a puzzle. If you enter
I
to
see.
this site, you can upload any picture that you want. Any picture. Probably could be
Yeah.
picture options. Remember, it's not necessary. Everything that I'm sharing is I am using for kids, but you can adapt for teens, adults. Probably if you want to start with speaking conversation, so you can put a picture, no, maybe in different, no, with different pieces, no, in a puzzle, and you can say, okay, one of you, please try to put in order the pieces, no? And after you put in order the pieces, you are gonna tell me what can you see. Tell me what do you think about the picture, no? Probably an
Yeah,
idea for starting a
of course.
speaking conversation, no? Depends on you. Try to adapt. So you upload your picture, no, any picture, and they're gonna be for levels: easy, medium, or difficult.
Great.
You
Uh-huh.
click, and automatically you're gonna have your puzzle, no, with different pieces, and then you can play this at the same time, no. Try to give the control to the students, no, and you can have a collaborative or maybe interactive um, moment with your students. Um,
Yeah, you are right. Mm-hmm.
After this, I play memory game. Memory game
Yeah,
with
yeah, sure.
Mhm. And this memory game, you can use another website called Miro. I don't know if you have heard this web page.
What's that?
Miro, the second one.
Miro. I
Uh-huh.
see. Yeah, I see Miro.
Mhm.
Okay.
Miro,
No,
you can.
I haven't heard that web page. I will
Mhm.
check it out. Maybe I can write also here. Just a moment. I can
Okay,
write
yes.
here.
Mhm. For example, this web page, It could be.
Miro.com.
Hmm. Yeah, it's
Oh,
like a
sorry. It's not micro. Sorry.
no mirror.
Miro. Yeah, yeah. I'm my mistake.
Mhm. Miro just it's not only for memory games, by the way. Miro is like a Jamboard or a board, no, an online board. So depends on you. If you have a student from intermediate level, advanced level, you can use Miro as a board, no. You can maybe
Mhm.
you can post maybe a question, no.
Yeah.
What do you think about? I don't know. What do you think about using cell phones
Uh-huh.
in no, for example, and the students, if you share the link of your board on Miro, the students can
Uh-huh.
access and type their ideas. No, they can type.
Yeah.
No, they're gonna type, and automatically you're gonna see the comments, the idea of your students. That's the way that you can use with other levels.
I see.
Um, I use Miro with memory as a memory game. No, I put pictures, I cover the pictures. Every picture has a number, no, and I put one,
Uh-huh.
two, three, four, five, six, 7, 8, 10, and I say to the student, please tell me one number. No, okay, number two. I click on number two. I remove one posit, no, and the student have to remember. Oh, it's a tomato. Okay, okay. Give me another number. Number seven. Number seven. I click on number seven. Take out the posit.
Yeah.
It's broccoli. Oh no! Try one more time. Something like that. No. The idea is to
I
adapt.
see.
Okay, that's the
Great.
memory game.
You
Also,
play.
I play Pictionary. Pictionary? No,
Yeah,
Pictionary.
great game too. Pictionary. Yeah.
Pictionary usually is like it's a board game, no? That we do in the class, board game.
Yeah.
But you can play Pictionary online. I use this for my students too. I use the web page called the third one,
Yes. Auto
Autodraw, no? Or
Autogrow.
Autodraw.
I see. Okay. Okay. Because it looks, it looks vice versa because of
Oh,
the,
really?
the screen. Yeah.
Oh,
But
really?
I'm
Oh
writing
my
here.
God.
I am writing here. No problem.
Okay.
Autobrawl.
Autodraw is like a whiteboard. But if you are not good at drawing, if you're not
Yeah.
good at drawing, if you try to draw a banana and it's like other thing, but it's not banana, this web page will help you. If you
I see.
trying to maybe draw a banana, but it's not a banana, this web page automatically they will give you options. They will
I
give
see.
you a very beautiful banana, like with pictures.
I
Okay,
see.
so
Great.
you draw something, and the web page will see your drawing, and they will give you like options. No, oh, what you are want to draw is this picture, no, and you can click, and you have better picture. No, maybe.
Picture than you. I see. Great. That well,
Yeah.
this auto draw is really, I think, looks really useful web page, like
Mhm.
others, like others. They all really great web pages that you share with us.
Usually, sorry, Miro you can use like mm, graphic organizers. You can use
Mm-hmm.
Miro when if you want to maybe create a graphic organizer with other levels, no, there are
Yeah.
many of Miro, so the idea is to adapt, no, so that's I recommend some
Great.
of them, no, and
Yeah.
very
Wonderful.
be
Wonderful.
very friendly this web page because you can adapt, you can see many options. That's really interesting. I recommend everyone can see, explore these web pages, and I think you would
Yeah.
like it.
Yeah. I'm sure we will like it, and I will check all of them, and I will check all of them. They look really great and very effective and useful web pages for us to use it.
Yes.
Yeah, you share.
Also,
You share. Okay.
let me share another one. For
I see.
example,
Okay.
okay, so with this object, I
Yeah.
use this called guess the picture or guess the word. For example, I show this my students. I put something back now, and I can say, okay, guess the word or guess the picture. Well, It's made of milk. It's creamy. Most of their flavor is strawberry. You can eat in your breakfast. What's that? I don't
What's
know.
that? Is it yogurt? Ah, yogurt. Yeah. Yogurt. Yeah, great.
Yeah. And then you can do with many things. No, I use with this picture, but you can use with actions. No,
Other
probably
pictures.
exactly all the pictures, and you are not you are not the only one that you're gonna talk. Probably you can give this opportunity to the student. Okay, maybe Luis, please, it's your turn. Okay, and Luis is going to start describing, no, and giving some clues to the other friends, no, and then you can do
Uh-huh.
this.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Really, Betsabe. Great ideas. Thanks. Have you got more? You have you
Ah,
really
yeah,
you
I got
you
this.
you have prepared
I'm the
you you had lots of preparations. It was really, great, wonderful.
Thank
I'm
you.
impressed.
Um,
Impressed.
Another thing, I'm sorry.
I am impressed, I said.
Really? Oh, thank you.
Yeah. Yeah.
As I mentioned to you, I teach kids, but everything you can adopt. Okay, so
Yeah.
I teach because I have very young learners. I try that they can see, you know, they can see picture and they can relate what I am saying, what they are seeing. So I
Yeah.
use no pictures, no, like this. You put watch. I say, okay, guys, what are you
Yeah.
going to do? What are you going to do? Okay, watch, listen, and I use this one.
Sing. Ah, yeah, microphone. Sing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
I see.
it's a microphone that it's not working.
Ah,
I use as a part of my class. So, for example, if I do, okay, repeat with me. Okay, I am running, no? And if I put my
now it's
microphone
your,
like this,
yeah, it's your turn.
your turn, exactly, you know?
And
And they know,
running.
okay, I need to repeat or I need to do this. For example, something that I do at the beginning of the class or at the end, I say, oh, hey, watch, you know, watch, listen, and see. And they laugh, I say, "Sing," and then, or something like that. You can do that, no?
Yeah,
This
very
one,
creative.
or as I mentioned, I try to use recycle materials, no? For
I
example,
see.
my toilet paper roll,
Ah, I see. Great.
and I put some papers. But this is
Uh-huh.
with numbers. You can do with, you know, with other
Other
words,
things.
sentences,
We can
topics.
adapt. We can adapt for other things, for example. Yeah.
For example, no, okay, this is for listening part. Okay, math is my student. Math, show me number 7. Okay, they are gonna try to move, try to find number 7. Where is number 7? Number 7 here with
Yeah,
a row,
I see. Yes.
the word, no? Oh,
I
read
know.
7.
Oh, they match it. Great.
They match it. Or maybe for other levels, you can write maybe verbs, no? Okay, probably verb like walk, run, and right here, maybe definitions in English, no? Definitions, and
Or
they have
maybe
to.
a verb and an adjective, for example, run fast, something like this.
Oh, very good. That's really good, no? Adjective with the adverbs, no? Or maybe
Exactly.
phrasal verbs, no? Phrasal verbs. Put
Yeah,
off.
definitely. You're right.
Yeah, I have never thought that, but I will
Yeah,
do
you
that.
can use that. You see,
With
now you know the change. Yeah, the change our ideas. Yeah, okay.
That's really good. With phrasal verb, with adjective, with adverbs, no? I do with numbers, no?
Great.
Another, I use
Yeah.
my toilet paper roll. But of course, I need to mention that before I use my toilet paper, I take out, okay? I take out this roll. Don't think bad.
No, no,
Okay.
no, no. I see. Great. Yeah, lovely.
For example, I have this toilet paper roll. This is,
Yeah,
what's this?
it's a pass.
No, it's a pen. Okay, pen. A pen. Okay, anyway, pen. And
Pen?
I
What's
was,
that?
oh, sorry.
Pen? Yeah, pen.
That's the
That's a
picture,
pen.
and a no pen.
Yeah,
What I
pen.
what
Good.
I do is put in a, oh, they need to build a tower. No, they put on the table. No, maybe just
Ah,
only no. Oh, I don't know if you can see. Let me move myself. I don't know. Well,
no, we
it's kind of
see you. We see clearly.
okay. You put this. Imagine that this is my table. No, you put right here. You need to put two right here. Oh, let me show you. No, and then you build, right? You build a tower. You put two here and one at the top, no?
I
And
see.
you can have speaking, maybe a speaking practice, no? I can say to the student, okay, you need to have a little ball, or maybe any kind of thing that you can throw.
Yes.
No? You can say, okay, I can say, what's this? It's a pencil, no? And the students need to throw the ball in the correct object, no? For example, something
Yeah.
like
Correct
a box,
role. I see.
no? With school object. We can do this too. For this, I
Great.
use a school, no?
Great.
Or,
Wonderful
uh,
ideas.
thank you. Look
Wonderful
at this.
ideas.
Can you see?
Yeah, sure.
Paper too. Okay. I try to pretend, okay,
Like
to
it's
have
a bird. What's that? You're gonna
like
be
a,
bird?
and they can have
Ah,
role play. No? We can do this with role play. No, the students need to be involved, being the character of the conversation, or maybe of
yes.
the story. No, and they need to be as the character. No, and they can have something that represent their character. No, they can put
I
this
see.
one. You can ask them to have something that that represent the character, no? And you can use maybe hat or scarf, not to use any item that they have in their house.
Yeah, you have lovely, activities and ideas about these things. Okay, actually you have more, but I don't wanna, interrupt it, but we don't have much time. So can I, if it is okay, can I move my next question?
Yes, of course, yes.
Okay, and they were really great ideas, really. Thank you very much for your great preparations, really. So what is my next question is, but we should be quick because we have not much time. So what do you think about the future of education? What is your idea about them?
Mm-hmm. I think that everyone is experiencing these new things. No, we have never thought that we are going to have a pandemic nowadays. So I think as we have online classes, were not so popular like nowadays. Here in Peru,
Yeah.
only students that or have taken online classes is only were students that study at university or people who work and they want to continue studying. That's only classes were for this kind of students, university students, adult
I
students.
see.
But now we can see that just not only for maybe high levels, no, like university students, we can see kindergartens, we can see primary students or high school students, no, that they are preparing themselves, they are studying. So I think right now is something, it's still new, no, for everyone, but
Yeah.
I think in the future that will be very common. That will be like, as watching TV, for example, no. So I think in the future will be very common, and it will be accessible for everyone. Probably some courses now probably are high, are kind of expensive, but in the future will be, I think, affordable for everyone. We can access from any part of the world. Probably what I mentioned that because in the context that I live, as I mentioned, in the highland, in the jungle,
Yeah. Yeah.
people don't have internet or even no devices. That's why I mentioned that. In the future, I consider that people from the highland or the jungle or maybe other part of the coast that they don't have computer, cell phone, or any kind of device like tablets.
Yes.
I think in the future there will be more affordable for them, and everyone can have internet connection to have an online class. I think that.
I see. Great. Thank you. My last question is, what is your just one suggestion, one suggestions, for the teachers, for distant educations? Can you tell us?
Mhm. Yes, I think, well, one of my suggestions is that as a teacher, we can reduce this filter. What I mean by filter, I think nowadays students are stressed, anxious too, because they can get out of their house easily as before. So we are like the first contact that a part of their
Yeah,
family,
you are
no?
right.
That to as teacher we need to reduce this stress or this anxious that they are. Um, how can we do that? As I mentioned, we can use songs, activities, make them happy, and try that they enjoy the class, no?
Yeah,
Try
you are
to
right.
enjoy the class, try to see different things that they can see in their house, no? As I mentioned, showing materials, try to make them happy, no? Try to, for example,
Yeah,
I show um, stuff characters
yeah,
like this. Try to
great.
they don't be stressed, no? Try to make them happy, as I mentioned.
I
Try to have
understand.
things, no? Games, different things that they can see in their houses. That's
Okay,
it.
okay. And it's almost just one couple minutes, 1 or 2 minutes left, and for our sessions, let's summarize it. Thank you. I would like to thank you for this lovely sessions, that you join us, you accept our my invitation, and we had a really wonderful time. Actually, I have really great times now. I really love the watching you and your ideas and hearing your experiences that were all really great, and you had really great preparations for this session, and I am sure that the our listeners are they also loved the session. It was a impressive and it was really great talk. And
Thank
Betzabe from Peru, and thank you very much for joining this live session and sharing your ideas and experiences with us. And I hope we will meet again in this live sessions feature if we have any other different conversations. That's all for now. And thank you very much. And would you like to say something for end?
Oh, yes. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for your invitation too. Thanks for listening to me and try to share some ideas that I can share with you. And I think that I need to learn more things now, as many of us, and we have to continue training ourselves and try to
Yeah,
be, try to be learning more. I think so.
yeah. And you are great. Keep like this, okay? Keep working hard like this. You have great ideas. Really. You are
Thank
very inspiring. You are very inspiring teacher.
you so much.
Yeah, you had lovely ideas. Thank you very much. And I think good afternoon for you and good night for us.
Oh, you're gonna dream.
Actually, it's 10 o'clock here, and I think it's
Wow.
2 o'clock. 2 o'clock there. I
Yes,
think.
it's,
Yeah.
yes, 2 minutes to be two. Yes, 2 o'clock.
Thank you very much once again, and goodbye, Betzabe. Goodbye,
Bye
Betzabe.
bye.
Bye bye. Bye bye. Take care. Bye. See you.
Take care.